Hello and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where we go over everything travel. And today we are doing a wonderful live advisor travel training called Travel Post You Should Be Posting and Where. Now, I am doing this training for a very particular reason. It is the end of the month, and that means it is time to sit down and start planning our strategy for next month so we can get some bookings. And that's exactly what we're doing here today. I'm going to go all over the different types of travel that you can post. Also, as well, I'm going to talk about the platforms. I'm going to give you guys examples. I'm going to give you a sample schedule that you can use for posting. I mean, I've got all of the goods that I'm going to share today. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, before I get started, I always like to introduce myself. My name is Ash. If you've not met me before, I've been with Archer and Evolution actually for 3 years now, and I proudly serve as top presenter, leader, and travel and mentorship trainer. I specialize in marketing, mentoring, group getaways, destination weddings. I am passionate about learning new niches and exploring fresh ways to market them. Honestly, I love marketing, and there's just so many different ways to market and travel, and that is just so exciting to me. So, I'm your girl for that one, okay? Now, before I start this wonderful training, I want to set some proper expectations. So, I have been posting on social media now for 3 years, and it can be kind of heartbreaking at some points because you'll get so excited about something and then it doesn't work, and then you have to think about how you're doing this and reanalyze that. And yeah, so what I've learned in the 3 years is that don't expect instant results from a single post. Social media doesn't work that way. Most people, when they're on social media, they are just scrolling, and it takes time and repetition for your content to stick. You're building trust, visibility, and momentum every single time you post. You have to stay consistent, even when it feels like no one is watching. The results on social media come to those who keep showing up, not the ones that post and then they quit after a week. That is exactly the best explanation for social media. So, when we are going through this training and you are seeing the different types of posts and you're seeing the platforms, I want you to make a note of what you're comfortable with. Write down the posts that you feel like you can do, or maybe might be a little challenging to try, right? But regardless, keep posting, keep showing up, because it's going to be that one post. You guys, if you've ever been to one of my trainings, you know, excuse me, that one of my most viral posts was about hedonism, the half naked, not naked resort. Yeah, I made a joke about it, and it's actually one of my most viral posts, and I get a lot of bookings from it. So you cannot expect instant gratification from social media, but if you keep showing up, it will pay off over time. So let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about what is the right post. So let's go over what we're going to talk about for today. We're going to talk about the different types of posts that you can make, why posting the right content matters, the top platforms, the component of the actual post. We're going to talk about where to post them and what to use on each platform. I have examples for those, a posting schedule, and certain tips and tricks. And then at the end, I'm going to do a Q&A. Now, I am in Canva right now, so if you're posting on the live, like underneath, I can't see it. But at the end of the live, I will go over to my studio so I can see anything that you guys are posting, and I will answer any questions there. All right? Why posting the right content matters. Posting the right content consistently helps you build trust and authority as a travel advisor, showing your audience that you know your stuff. So, if you've ever met me in any of these marketing trainings, you would know right away. What do I tell you guys? What is the best strategy for social media when it comes to a travel advisor? Education, showing them that you are an expert, because picking the right travel agent is kind of like picking the right dentist, okay? You're not going to go to a dentist that posts once a month on social media, right? You're going to go to the dentist that is out there, that's talking, that's teaching, that's showing his results, that's showing what he can do, right? It goes the exact same way. When you go and look somebody up on a company, what are you looking for? Activity, right? You can do that as a travel advisor by just educating them on travel, because it will keep you on the top of the mind when someone's ready to book a trip, because you've already inspired them by the content that you're posting. So the right post turned followers into inquiries and inquiries into paying clients. Now, we're going to break down several parts of the social media today. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the top platforms that you can post on. The reason I start here is because I want you guys to kind of see, is when I go through the example post, of where you can plug them in at. I always kind of recommend starting off with a few platforms in the beginning, mastering those, and then adding as you go. So when I show you guys these platforms, I don't want you to think that you have to be on all of them, but I do want you to find a few of them that you are comfortable with so that you can start mastering each one of these platforms. Now, here are the best platforms that I have found so far for social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's the most ones that people start with. I've also seen a great deal of need for travel on Threads, Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, and even Blue Sky, which is a Twitter alternative that they have created recently. It's a growing platform for Blue Sky, but it's great to get on there now before it kind of gets hot, right? When it comes to these platforms, they all have their specialties. Like Facebook, for example, has groups that you guys can talk to different people on and join and make your own group, etc. It's great for that. Instagram is great for an aesthetic. It has an aesthetic kind of frame. So it's meant for like quotes, it's meant for motivation, it's meant for resort tours, for destination spotlights. It has the video and photo effect, right? TikTok. TikTok is great for an educational realm. That's literally what people go on TikTok for, to learn stuff. They go on there to learn, they go to find out interesting topics, controversial topics. It has all of that kind of personal effect to it, right? TikTok does not do well with commercial content, so it's going to be more popular for travel hacks. Maybe if you're on vacation and you're doing a tour, maybe a trending like point of view content like you woke up in Italy and then you take CapCut and you show Italy in the background. Like, it's meant for like a personal kind of inspirational viewing. All right. Threads is like a thread, literally. You can put comments, you can make questions, polls, get the conversation started. And there's just a lot, if you do like hashtag travel, you'll see a lot of different people looking for travel agents. So it's a great way to kind of get your name out there. Pinterest, it's great for honeymoon guides, packing checklists, bucket list destinations. You can make all of that in ChatGPT and Canva. YouTube Shorts is what I consider the catch-all. So whatever you're posting on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, if it's a video, it needs to go to YouTube Shorts. And then we've already talked about Blue Sky. Now, there's other platforms that you can use other things for, okay? So I'm going to cover them all. Excuse me for 1 second. I have like a weird cough going on here. So we have email and blog marketing, okay? This is why I love marketing so much. There's just so many different things that you can cover when it comes to marketing, right? So email and blog marketing. So BranchUp is a great one to go for because we get it automatically. And since they're already posting for you, it has a really great email setup in there. Every time you get a client inquiry, every time you get a client in general, put their email into that email chain and let the BranchUp send them deals and promotions. Why not? WordPress, Blogger, and Wix. Now, I need to do a training on WordPress, and I'm going to do one in September because I already have my training set up for August, so I'll do one in September. But WordPress is a great way to build SEO. Blogger and Wix also have free platforms as well, but this is a great platform to build SEO. So what is SEO? And when you're searching something and you get that top rating, that's SEO. Okay. If you're one of the first things that pop up, you're working great on your SEO. So we're trying to grow that because people are constantly searching things on the internet. WordPress gives you the option to do travel blogs, right? Get ChatGPT to make a few of them for you and then start listing them. So when people are searching that type of travel, it'll populate for you. Then you throw your call to action at the end with all of your info. Great way to pull them in, right? Local visibility and reviews. A lot of people do Google Business Profile. I know Ralio kind of pushes content to there, so you might as well. Yelp and Nextdoor is also great. And then professional networking. I always like to do LinkedIn because there's a lot of traffic on LinkedIn. I know it's not necessarily our traffic that we are going for when it comes to an audience, but a lot of people are working on that platform. So if they're working, that means they probably want a vacation. So you can share your success stories, connect with other professionals, and even showcase your travel advisor journey as you're unlocking new stuff, booking more clients. Post it on there because when they see other people travel, guess what they want to do? Travel as well. So now we're going to move on to the second part of this, which is going to be the components of a post. This is fundamental for social media. If you are posting right now and it's not working, I want you to stop and watch exactly how I explain this. And then after we're done with this training, I want you to go back and look at what you've already posted and see what parts you're missing, because typically a post will do really well when it has these specific components. So we're going to go over them like step by step, and then I'm going to put it all together for you. Okay. The first part of a post always has to have a hook or an attention grabber. The first two lines need to make somebody stop scrolling. It could be something like flash sale, Mexico, all inclusive, under $999. Or maybe even ever dreamed of waking up in Santorini? Of course, we've all dreamed that. Let me watch, right? The most underrated family vacation spot is. That's an automatic attention grabber. They're going to be like, what? What spot? Let me find out, right? This is something that has to be right at the beginning of your post. Next, as soon as you're getting in there, you're going to put a short but valuable description. So it needs to describe whatever you're talking about. Maybe it's a trip or a deal or a benefit, and it needs to be very clear about what it is. If it's a type of trip, you need to mention the dates, the inclusions, the airfare, resort, whatever's a part of it. You need to keep it short and use spaces and emojis to grab their attention. So an example I have at the bottom: 5 nights at a luxury all-inclusive in Punta Cana. Flight plus resort plus meals plus transfer equals included. Now, could you make it look way prettier? Probably, but it is short but valuable. Okay, this is where they look for the value of what you're presenting. So it needs to have all the action packed right here. This is what's included. This is what you're getting, right? Now, the next one is social proof or an emotional trigger. This can actually go below the hook or and before you get to the info, or you can put it after, just depending on where you are. But at some point in your post, you want to have like a social proof so they can go, oh yeah, that person did it, I can do it too. Or maybe oh, you're right, I do need a vacation, I do need a break, right? So add some type of client win, personal experience, or just make it relatable to them. Pull on daily life and create a visual of what these people are going to be doing in your post. My client saved $1,200 on this trip last month. Okay, they're saving money. I need to go on this trip. It's saving money, right? This is where I took my anniversary trip. 10 out of 10 recommend. Something that's going to kind of pull them in. And I have better examples of this later on, but you just want to have something that kind of pulls on that daily, like, oh, we need a break. This is a good recommendation. I suggest this, right? Next, after all of that, you're going to do a call to action that will convert them. It has to tell them exactly what to do next. And this is 90% of what travel advisors miss. When I see y'all social media, okay, all of us miss this. Even I miss this sometimes, especially when I'm recording videos. Even here when I'm doing this live with you guys, I have to have a call to action at the end of it, right? What is my call to action when I'm doing this live? Like and subscribe. You'll hear me say it in the beginning. You'll hear me say it in the middle and in the end. Why? Because it's a call to action that converts. So whenever you're posting something, you need to tell them exactly what to do next after it. Comment info or message me to get details. Fill out the quote form at the link in the bio. Tag your travel buddy so you can start bringing in more people, right? It has to have a call to action, because when they see something in their mind, it's going, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? And then they're looking for that call to action at the end so they know exactly how to bring it further down into comments, etc. I also suggest for a component of a post to have a photo, reel, or graphic with it. You need something that's going to catch their eye, whether it's a video, an image, And it needs to match the post. So if you're posting about Carnival cruises, you need to have a Carnival ship on there. If you're talking about Italy, then you need to have Italy. If it's Greece, you need to have probably a photo of Santorini, right? Something that can pull them in that goes, oh, I like that. What is that, right? Also, I would highly recommend with this photo, reel, or graphic, don't put a lot of text on it, okay? Make it clean, make it bright, and make it completely on brand. Whatever you did on the last one, I want you to carry that over to the next one so it becomes a regular habit for you, okay? You can easily do these photo reels or graphics with using, I spelled graphics wrong, Canva graphics, resort footage, or even selfie style reels work great. I do a lot of these in CapCut. I have a training that I just did a few weeks ago, maybe last week, on how to get videos from CapCut and how to make them look cool. So you will see some examples of this today as well, but they're very easy to make, and it's a really great way to kind of pull people in when you're using these. Now, at the very, very bottom, after the call to action, you're going to want to put in your hashtags. So I have taken a lot of social media classes, and technically they recommend no more than 7. But, excuse me, I have seen a lot of hashtags. It doesn't, honestly, there's not a restriction except for TikTok. TikTok will only let you do 5 of them. So you need to get the most important stuff in the first part of these hashtags. Hashtags are what people, when they're searching things, this is what pulls people back to you. So a lot of people fail hashtags. Yes, they do. It's crazy. But let me explain. When they put hashtags, they think that they're going to put something that makes them trend. And that's not what hashtags do. Hashtags do not make you trend. Commenting and engagement makes you trend, especially on TikTok. The more people watch your actual post and they don't skip over it, the better it's going to show up on the For You page. But when people are searching things later on, if I search something, the hashtags pulls them back to the post. So your hashtags need to be branded. They need to have a niche base to them. Whatever you're posting about, if it's Italy, it needs to have an Italy hashtag. If it's a cruise, it needs to have a cruise hashtag. It also needs to be what people are going to put in the search bar. So let's just say if we did an Italy trip, you know what? We don't have to do Italy. I just did something here. This. Okay. 5 nights at luxury all-inclusive in Punta Cana. What would my hashtags be? Luxury, all-inclusive, Punta Cana, or maybe Dominican Republic, right? Vacation, relaxation, right? Travel advisor. And then you can also add some kind of hashtags that can kind of bring it to the For You page that are trending. At the bottom I have here. So I've seen a lot of people do like hashtag For You page or FYP, hashtag trending, hashtag viral. You can add one of those, but don't let that be your main focus because it doesn't work. It's not going to pull the way you think it does. All right. Now, I've explained all of the components. I'm going to show you an example of exactly what I just explained to you. So we have this beautiful mock booking that ChatGPT drew up for me because I don't write my own mock bookings. That's crazy. But we're going to break it down to understand exactly where it's going when it's going to pull this in. The SEO and these kind of components of a post, everybody knows about them. So ChatGPT gives me exactly what I need for that. Now, the first part we have here, ready for a luxury escape to Mexico. What is that? Your hook. Oh, who isn't ready for a luxury escape to Mexico? Automatically. What? All right, you got me. Pull me in. Imagine sipping a margarita at a 5-star beachfront resort in Cancun while your kids splash in the pool and your meals and drinks are all included. Oh, okay, now I'm pulled in. Woo, you've got me imagining things. Now share me the bread and butter. Short description, but valuable. Here's all the details. Blah, 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 blah. And then I even have an optional in there. Incentive, okay? You don't have to do incentives, but if you have vouchers, you better be using them. Optional incentive, bonus, book now and you get future travel voucher from me just for booking. Okay, great. Lastly, where am I going with this? All right, now I've told them, I pulled them in, I gave them the bread and butter. Now I even gave them an incentive to book with me, and now I need a call to action. message me, Cancun, and I'll send you a quote in minutes. Okay. Um, ChatGPT did that. I'm not sending a quote in minutes. Or use the link to get started, right? That is the call to action. And lastly, we have the hashtags. Now look at the hashtags that ChatGPT pulled. So this is for Dreams Resort, right? So hashtag Dreams Resort, perfect. Hashtag Cancun vacation, even better. Hashtag branded travel with Ash, family getaway, bucket list trip, all inclusive Mexico, winter escape. That's even perfect too because it is going to be winter for some people. What else do we have? Travel deals, and then passport red. Okay. So it has great ones, but be careful with ChatGPT because if you paid attention to this, you would have noticed something really weird about those travel dates. Do you see this as November 2024 to 2025? I made this earlier. This is wrong dates. So make sure you pay attention to that. But it still gives you the basis of the components of a post, right? You need a hook. You need to pull them in. You need to describe exactly what it is. And then boom, incentive, boom, call to action, and then hashtags at the bottom to pull them back in if they search it. That's exactly what you need. Now, I'm going to show you examples of this, okay? And I'm going to show you the examples by putting them into the top types of travel posts because every post needs to have those components. Now I'm going to give you the top types, right? And I'm going to go in order. And at the end of each one that I'm showing you, I'm going to give you examples. So you're going to know exactly how to do this by the time you leave here. So pay attention now. I want you to pick ones that you're comfortable with too. If it's something that you see that you like, screenshot it, okay? If you like one of these posts and you want to imitate it later, all of these are on my TikTok, so you can come back to them, okay? Now, top types of travel posts, ranked by engagement. The first one always is going to be reels and short videos. Any kind of resort tours, point of views, destination teasers are going to be a great hotspot because people like to watch things. They love to learn about new places, right? Did you hear that word learn? And you can educate them by showing them a resort, right? Another good one, before and after transformation posts and why book with me. So these are going to be like lifestyle upgrades after they booked through you. So a trip glow up, for example, like let's just say point of view, you finally booked through me, or a point of view, what your camera roll will look like after you book through me kind of examples, okay? Next, mock booking and flyers and supplier deals. Now, honestly, you can make a flyer in Canva. I have a training that we just did on Canva flyers, right? Make a flyer in Canva, put music behind it, and then put it video everywhere. That does amazing. I get bookings from that, actually. Just the flyers in general, I make them, put music behind them. Any kind of supplier deal that like ALGB gives us, put music behind it, post it, post it. Doesn't matter what it is, just post it, okay? You would be surprised what people look at. But when you're posting these, please make sure you include everything, like the price, if it's a deal or a deposit, destination dates, and what's included. Don't post anything that's kind of vague. Keep it the same flow, even on the flyers, even on the videos. Even the videos need to have the same components, right? The hook, the emotional pull, the valuable information, the call to action. Even the videos need to have that same component when you're going through here, okay? So when you're looking at these, figure out what's comfortable for you. Start getting ready to build that content. Now, I'm going to show you examples of this. I have muted the music, so I'm going to hope it's muted because I cannot share music on YouTube Live or they kind of put a restriction on me, okay? So imagine the music here. We're going to create it in our heads because I can't have it live. But the first one example I have is a point of view. So point of view, your camera roll after you booked your London stay. This is CapCut. I just took some lady's CapCut video and put it all together. Okay. Now, this is great because it creates a destination. Now, this one's a little long, so we're just going to, okay. Here's my call to action, emotional pull. Let's go. All right. Now, ready to change your camera roll? Comment London. What is that? That's a call to action. There it is. Same component, same post. Next one. Why book with me? This is an Instagram post that I made. Now it's missing a call to action, which is really depressing. I told you, even I miss the call to action sometimes. but it's something simple. Why book with me? This is a lady walking. I got this off of Pexels. Planning a trip shouldn't feel like a second job. LOL. Relatable. Emotional pull. Let me handle the research, bookings, and details. You just show up and enjoy. Stress-free vacations are my specialty. Now, the hashtags were great, but I did miss a call to action on that one. Before and after you booked with me. Let's go. They really like point of views, so you'll see me use point of view a lot. But it's just a great way to start it. This is still a before and after. So they booked their trip through me, and then boom, look at their vacation spot. Wow, amazing. Also CapCut, not me. But let's go. Give me that call to action. Link in bio right there. Now, I could have had a better call to action, but there's still one there, so that's important. Now, let's go to the next type of post. Personal travel content. You on vacation, behind the scenes of your trips, beside the scenes of you planning trips. You can even do client testimonials, or I just booked this. You can get bookings from posts that say, I just booked this. I'm letting you know I have done that before. I booked a Carnival cruise and I was excited about it because it was a good deal. And then I posted it and I got another booking for it. So don't be afraid to do that. Screenshots, review graphics, thank you notes, any type of, even if you just do a flyer and be like, I just booked this, look at this price. It's a great way to do it. Countdown and flash sales, urgent posts with limited time deals. I do these a lot for Royal Caribbean. Right at the beginning of the month and then right at the end of the month, they will have flash sales. A lot of cruise lines do. And I will just post the flyers. All right. So I have examples for these too. Supplier deals. Here's a good one with Celebrity Cruise. That's their flyer. Put some music behind it. Works great. Personal travel. So this is a review that I did, but I know I turned the volume off for this, but let's just look at this first part right here. Here's the pull in. Here's the hook. Looking for low budget family fun. That's the hook, right? And then I introduced myself. Quick review. This is a personal travel review of the resort. Okay, I tell them about it, told them how much we paid. I don't hide anything. I'm very honest. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. And then here's this part right here. See this yellow part? This is what's included. So this is the short but valuable description. While I'm talking, it's on the screen. And then at the end, keep talking. Now we're doing this like I'm on vacation. So here's the little video. We're going to go play. Great. Love that. What is that? Call to action. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can get my next video, because this was like a 3-part series. And then here's one more. Need help planning? Oh, I'm selling myself. Link in bio, and then my cute baby dancing. Okay? This is a great video. This does great on TikTok, by the way. Anytime I do any of these, automatically. I have one of them that sits at over like 35,000 views because people just keep watching it over and over. And that's totally fine with me, right? Next one. Last minute sales. This one's from May for Mother's Day, but I put it because Sandals really does stuff like this, so I thought it was pretty cool. This is for Sandals. Gift the ultimate mom nap. Save up to $1,000, $175 in spa credit. Mother's Day sale. We like that, right? So, next ones. Travel tips. Did you know? You'll always hear me say, educate, educate. You would be surprised what people don't know about travel. You think that they know everything because we know everything, but think back to the original first part where you found out that Expedia owns all of these different booking websites, right? We should know that as travel advisors. Excuse me. We should know Expedia owns Booking.com, Priceline.com. Okay, I say that every time I do a presentation, and every time these people are like, wait, what? And it's something simple as that makes me remember these people know nothing about travel. This is why they open TikTok and Facebook. Our best bet is to go in there and educate them. You'd be surprised with how many clients you can get just off of telling them what you know, because they want to book with an expert, right? Theme days, Tip Tuesday, Where to Go Wednesday, Fact Friday. Make it consistent. They will come back to it. They will look for it every time. Interactive post and travel memes. So these work, okay? And you can see it's number 9, so it's a little low on the list. But you have to do these interactive posts and travel memes once you start getting interactions. If you're not getting any interactions, they will have no value here. This is a build-up post, but it needs to build up after the momentum is already going. Don't start off with this number 9, okay? Now, examples of this. Travel hacks. Travel hack you need to know. Running out of carry space on your carry-on. Oh, this is cool. Stuff your extra pillows and stuff inside the pillowcase. You know the one, the neck pillowcase? Yeah? Okay. You can take out the fluff and then put your clothes in there or something. It was a whole thing, okay? And this actually did really well on TikTok, and it's something really silly, but it doesn't matter because it's something that most people wouldn't think to do, right? So let me go back. I didn't read the whole part. I want to see if there's where did I go? So sorry. How rude of me. Oh my goodness, we're going to be there for a while. There we go. All right. I'm trying to get to the bottom of the video, but every time I do it, it's going to click on it. There it is. Stuff your pillows. Okay. There's no call to action. Oh, yes. Most airlines. So boom, free bonus bag. Okay. There's no call to action on this. So where would my call to action have to be in my post? Very important. Take notes. All right. Where to go on Wednesday, theme days. Oh, I do these all the time. These are fun. So these are also educational, but I will pick a random spot and then go on CapCut and make sure they have videos of it, or get a generic video and then tell them about the location. So this one was for someplace in Mexico. So they like that. And then there should be a call to action here, but I'm pretty sure it was in my post. So it would have been something like interested in going, DM me for more information, etc. Right? But it'd be really good if I would have put it more on the screen. Travel memes. So I have some money set aside. Where we're going on a trip. This is a great one because they get shared a lot. And you can find these inside Vax, actually. Vax has their own travel memes that you can share. And this is where I got it from. So you can find a lot of those and start sharing those. Now, you can't just do one specific thing here, right? I'm giving you several different options so you can build a strategy. So you could do travel hacks on Wednesday. And then if you want to do where to go, travel hacks on Thursday. So travel tip Thursday or travel tip Tuesday is how I normally do it. And then theme days would be like where to go Wednesday or travel hack Monday, something like that, right? And then the memes are going to be in between that one too. So we're all building different types of content, different types of posts when it comes to this. Now, the last few ones, we have inspirational travel quotes branded with scenic backgrounds. Motivational Monday. Y'all ever heard of that? There you go. Point of view travel post. Point of view, you're checking into your swim out suite. I use a lot of point of view, and I use it in between all of these posts. So even if it's a before and after, I still change it to point of view because that's a very hot pull. It's a very good attention grabber, is that point of view or the POV. Deal flyers with real perks. So if you have a deal that's like an added bonus, that has an added bonus, like resort credit or cruise credit, upgrades, kids sell free kind of deal, put that in there too with the deal flyers, okay? Now, let's talk about examples. Inspiration, traveling as my client in 2025. There's my call to action, save for later. There's more. Now, mind you, this has a TikTok screen around it, so it has words and my name and stuff, but this is just the video. So I'm giving them call to action as they're watching, and then boom, look at that one. That has my whole logo in there. Start planning now, link in bio. Call to action. That's all CapCut, by the way. All right, there's my flyers. We make these all the time. We just did training on one of these. I love these flyers. I get bookings from this. I will put this flyer and put some music behind it, and I get bookings from this. So pay attention to that one. It's easy to do. I have a training in that exact flyer template in my YouTube channel. We just did a training on it. Okay. Point of view, again, you woke up in Santorini. This is just a bunch of random Santorini videos put together. Yeah, we like that. Pull them in. How are we pulling them in here? I know we're going to. Yep. Best time to book for spring break and summer. Okay. Yeah. Oof. We got a lot of good views here. Deposits start at $250 per person. Okay. Right. And then boom. One more time there. We have link in bio to start planning. Okay. Do we all see the consistency of that? 1 second. I needed something. So sorry. So you guys can see the consistency in that, right? Now we have a few more. Now these I feel like are not as One second. In my bedroom, please stop. All right, there. Sorry. All right. So the rest of these top travel posts, they're going to be kind of, they don't work as well, but they're still a great kind of mix. Okay. The other ones, obviously, I would do first, but these are good to kind of come behind. And if you're not as comfortable of doing the others, then you can kind of do these too. Okay. So client photos or user generated content, real people, real vacations will always do well. Behind the scenes, planning, research, and packing tips, trend jacking or viral audio that you can take and put like photos or something behind. TikTok sounds with a twist kind of deal. They were doing one where they were like playing this thing and they were putting words behind it. Okay, something like that. Okay. AI enhanced content and booking links. Also, use AI for captions, graphics, and voiceovers. And then, of course, always add like that DM me or link in bio, link tree, quote form, or something on top of it. So let me show you examples for these. I do them too. So user generated content. This is technically, okay, just a user. This is basically like CapCut or Pexels or something, just a random photo. It's user generated content. Okay. Now it has a spontaneous escape, last minute tours worldwide with flights and hotels included. Now it has my link there. The link will not work in Instagram, but I cross post. So this would have been from Instagram and then it kind of just falls into Facebook, etc. All right. So it has a link for them to click. So that's the call to action and then the hashtags, right? But it's just user generated. This is a good filler post. If you want to keep posting and posting and you need ideas, this is a great one. This is technically a why to book with me, but it's just user generated content with some words. That's it. Next, planning tips. I do a lot of these with just random CapCut or videos or photos in the background from Pexels. So this would be like a travel tip, probably Tuesday or Thursday. Download maps, tickets, confirmation emails before your trip. Wi-Fi can be spotty. There we are, right? Next, AI video. So I used, it's called InVideo for this one. And I just did 5 best tips for picking the perfect resort. ChatGPT made it. It also set it all up for me. It does these weird like AI photos. And you have to mark that it is AI if you use it on a platform. But they like them. They like to watch them and they like to read the words on the screen. Okay. So there's the call to action. Like and follow for more. And it will follow all the way through with that one. And then lastly, AI photo with the link. So this is for stories. Okay. I put this in my Instagram story and sometimes my Facebook, but whatever I post on my Instagram goes to my Facebook. So this story right here is actually an AI girl. It's called Meta AI. It lives inside Instagram and Facebook. This girl is not real. AI made her. And then I just put like my link. Get your free travel quote here with the link. And they click on it and they can get their quote request. So it's a great way to get clients too because you're showing up in the stories. All right. So bonus tips now. While it's not required, stepping out of your comfort zone and simply saying hi can make a big difference. Some of my most successful videos are voiceovers and clips where I speak directly. That said, I did run a Thriving Faceless account for 2 years before I ever showed my face. So I really want you to do what works best for you as you grow. Here is my most viral post. It now sits at 97,000 views. And it drives me crazy because I was not trying to be known as the girl who talks about hedonism, but they loved it. I was in my bathroom doing my makeup, getting ready for the day. And I was like, let me tell you guys about this freaky resort. All right. Also, when I do conventions, there's me and Courtney at a convention and we're having fun and we're dancing, right? I do convention travel, so you'll see me do a lot of content for conventions, but it's just us showing us having a good time, okay? My face wasn't really too much in it. It's mostly just the actors from Vampire Diaries, but you guys get the general idea, right? Now, another one, vacation review. That one, actually, this one on the right sits at roughly about 35,000 views. I think that's where it's at right now. It's just a review for a resort that I stayed out in Galveston. And I just walked around with my phone and took random videos, as you can tell, right? And I talked over it. That was it. None of my face was showing. None of my family was showing. It's the same kind of review type that I did earlier, but just at a different resort. And it does great every single time. All right. So, bonus tips there for you. Now, the bread and butter of this whole thing. Now we know where to post. We know the platforms. We know the content to make. We know the types of content to make. Now you need to know where to put them because they all don't work on every single platform. Each platform kind of has its own thing. So I'm going to talk about the top 3 ones, okay? Now, Facebook. Facebook is great for page. You need your own page and you need to have kind of a group setting. Talk to groups, be in groups, etc. They do great for mock booking flyers, flash sale countdowns. I booked this trip, client wins, maybe even live videos or behind the scene reels. Okay. The beautiful part about them is that you can add direct booking links, poll features. You can ask poll questions, and you have Facebook Messenger for a follow up. So that's who you want to post there. They're really popular, but this content does well. Now, Instagram is going to be great for reels, which are resort tours, point of views, or trend jacking in general. Mock booking flyers as a carousel or a story works well. Travel tips and story highlights. Now, when you make a story, you can go underneath your profile and it says highlight. You can add it to a highlight. So every time you post a travel tip, share it to your story, pull it down to a highlight so it's always there. Personal travel and behind the scene photos in the feed are also do very well. Add-ons that you can do in Instagram. They have a link in bio feature. So basically you put link in bio and it's going to give you where you can put your link tree in there so they can find you. Stories have call to actions on them. So you can put the link on there for them to click automatically. The hashtags and the voiceovers do really well here as well. So for example, when you're starting putting those hashtags, if that's something that people have searched, you will automatically show up in their For You page. Instagram was amazing about that. And then the voiceovers, people like listening to the videos as well, putting like the captions on the screen will help too. Next, TikTok. TikTok does a lot of different type of posts. TikTok likes messy, raw content. They don't like the same structured stuff over and over and over. So you need to do a mixture of point of view travel post, trend jacking reels. So if you find a sound that sounds that's driving it, put some videos behind it and use it. Before and after work really well, like transformation style. Educational and review videos. Another reason that people come to TikTok. So what works great on there? Voiceovers, if you can talk over a video, great. Captions with the soft call to action, like message me for more info since we can't put the links in there. And then trending sounds will help the video circulate over and over. All right. Now I have some posting schedules for you guys. This training is going to take longer than usual because this is a big training, man. Woo, y'all learning a lot today. So I thank you for sticking with me. But we're almost done. So posting schedule examples, simple and advanced. A simple 4-day Instagram posting schedule, which would be 1 post per day. This is just so you guys stay consistent without overwhelming yourself. So one day you can do screenshot this if you want it. Destination spotlight, a photo or a flyer. Next day, travel tip with a graphic or a caption. The day after that, mock booking flyer with a deal. And then maybe personal travel or behind the scenes of being a travel advisor on day 4. Advanced version. Day 1, you're going to do a POV travel reel. Oh, this one's a big one. Now, I do this one. This is me. I do 2 to 3 posts a day. Technically, on my Instagram, on top of Ralio, that's posting there as well, I technically post anywhere from probably like 7 or 8 times a day on Instagram, but all of this is scheduled. I don't do this randomly because random content posting does not work. You have to plan your content before you post it, okay? And that's exactly how you can do that now because you know the types, you know what works. Now you just need to plan it. That's the next part of this, right? So, example here, day 1, point of view travel reel, story poll, where to go. Countdown sticker, deal in soon, okay? Day 2, carousel, client testimonial, or maybe even your review of a place if you don't have clients yet. Travel tip graphic, okay? So a photo with some travel tips on it, and then an AI caption with the booking link. This is just random posting, right? But what am I doing? Showing up. I'm consistent. I'm posting something that's niche based. That means it's travel related, but it's different types of posts. These different but yet simple types of posts are what get you seen because you're bringing it around, bringing it around. I like to do a little thing too, especially on TikTok. You'll see I will do a point of view of like one place, and then I will do another like travel tip, and then I will bring it back around and I will do a mock booking, and then I'll do something funny, and then I'll bring it back around and do the same thing over again. Because once they see one of your posts, what do? They go click and open it and try to find other posts. So you need to have different types of content going so that you can bring them in when you're going through it. All right, next one. Here's day 3 and 4. So they have mock flyer with perks, trend audio reel, and a story, this or that for vacation time. And then day 4 would be personal travel photo, behind the scenes video or packing clip. Okay. And then maybe a story, like a story fact or a DM call to action. So these are different types of posts. Now you can see here that these are 2 regular posts, and then these are in your story, right? So these are cool because it's still hitting both things. You're posting 2 times a day, but then you're adding to your story. 2 times a day, adding to your story. So therefore, you're still posting all the way through. And it's going to create that consistency. Something simple like this for 4 days can build a lot of momentum. Even if you post every other day instead of just every day, you can still do this 4 times a week, doing it every other day. You would have a consistent following. It's very easy to build it that way. Now, this is what Ash's Instagram looks like for the month of June, because this is not for July. So on Instagram daily, I was posting 5 posts per day with a strategic flow for engagement and conversion. This is advanced, very advanced. I don't expect you to do this, but if you're interested in how I do it, this is how. So time post type. All right. Now for next month, I'm actually doing, I've already planned my content for next month, and I'm doing 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. is how I'm doing it. And then I'm going to add a video in between it. But this is a sample of what I do normally. So 8 a.m. is a why book with me, which is a credibility post. At around 9:40, I'll going to be a point of view, a trend, or a destination inspiration. About 10:30, I could do a supplier deal. And then 2 p.m., travel tip, maybe 3:30 p.m., second deal of the day. So you can see why I'm showing you this is because I'm showing you that you can throw different things in there. It doesn't have to be consistent, exactly the same post, but it all has the same consistent message, right? And then the spacing. So the spacing could be a little bit better, and I've learned from this. But for me, I always try to keep it within a couple of hours. Now on TikTok, it will not work the same as Instagram. Instagram, this is fine because it's going to keep posting and it's going to show up regardless. But on Instagram, they can compete with each other. So if you're posting on Instagram, make sure it's about 3 hours apart, okay? But not Instagram, on TikTok. TikTok has to be 3 hours apart. Instagram, you could do like 1.5 to 2 hours, so it's okay. It's not the end of the world, okay? But the biggest thing is that I'm constantly posting. So when I'm constantly posting, I'm pushing it to the For You page with the hashtags, etc. Okay? Now, how to check every post. So from here on out, we're going to do this. Before you make a post, and you want to make sure it's in the tip-top shape, right before you publish it. It is key to do this to build trust and engagement with your audience. A polished post not only looks professional, but also will ensure that your message lands the way you intended. So here's how to double check. Before you post it, does it have all the right components? Does it include a hook to grab attention? Does it deliver a message of value, or even a tip, or a call to action? Does it have call to actions? Maybe hashtags? And does it have a strong visual or video? That's all the right parts. Next, does it serve a clear purpose? Oh, I just did this training, objective marketing. Does it have a purpose? If you are posting without a purpose, you are just wasting your time. Every post should have a goal, whether that is to educate, inspire, promote a deal, or start a conversation. If it doesn't serve your audience or your business, revisit it. Redo it again. Revise it, shall I say. Would you stop and read this? Ask yourself honestly before you post it. Would this make you pause mid-scroll? If not, you need to fix it. The best posts are the ones you personally engage with when it comes to posting. If you are confident in that post, post it. If you have doubts on it, don't post it. Redo it. All right? Tips and tricks. And then we're done. So my top tips and tricks for travel post. When you're doing reels, make sure you use trendy audio. Often it helps reach higher engagement, like use point of view, resort tours, and trending sounds. Now, the reels are going to do great for you. The trending audio is going to help kind of go behind it. So make sure you're using both. Start with scroll stopping hook. For the first 2 lines, make sure you grab their attention when you're posting. Number 3, always include a clear call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do. And then the 4th one, I want you to find a balance. Okay? You need to find a balance between inspiration and the information. So you're going to want to combine that dream-worthy visual, right? The fancy videos that you saw me make, the nice pictures that you saw me choose, okay? And then you want to sit there and put the information underneath it, which is going to give them the real booking options. Because not only are you creating the visual, you're painting a vacation, you're delivering the valued content that they're looking for, which is going to help build that trust and value when it comes to your clients. Number 5. Please use AI. Don't be one of those people. I had an agent one time that told me, she's like, AI is the devil. And I was like, oh, honey. I was like, we are going to struggle here. You're going to take a lot of time writing all of that stuff. So use AI to speed things up for ChatGPT for captions. You can use Canva for graphics, CapCut for voiceovers, and then a thin layer on your call to action or link. Layer content with links and forms. You just have a place for them to go. If you don't have your link in the post, put it in your bio. Bring them to it every single time. And make a link tree of some sort. If you don't like Linktree, I don't care which one you use. But, link trees are the best way to put all of your stuff together for one place. Make it easy for people to take action. Exactly. Number 7, follow a posting schedule. Use the same posting schedule over and over. Okay? It's going to help. Now, you're going to change it over time, yes, but it helps you stay structured and organized. You don't want to start posting at random times because they're going to overlap each other. So every day I post at 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m., right? Something like that. Also, don't be afraid to repurpose and reuse your content. You absolutely can. Turn one reel into a story, and turn the same reel into a thread, maybe a Pinterest pin, and even a quote post. Anytime I do quotes, that's exactly what I do. I turn it into a reel, and I also turn it into a flyer. I reuse it. And then anytime that you have high-performing posts, repost them, reuse them, and then maybe update it just a little bit, and you can do the same post over and over. Don't underestimate memes. One of the easiest engagement wins are memes. You can use them 1-2 times a week. They are a great way to make people want to share your content. Make sure they're travel themed, though, and funny and shareable, okay? Show up as an expert. That's the best way to get clients. Show your travel knowledge, booking process, and planning tips. You want them to be comfortable with you. The best way they can be comfortable with you is if you open up about how you operate as a travel advisor. You can do that by positioning yourself as the go-to resource for stress-free vacations. All right? Now, it is no longer Trainings with Ash. It is now Ash Knows Travel, but that's okay. So we have definitely grown since the month of June. I've upgraded a whole YouTube channel. All right. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys like and follow my YouTube channel so you guys can get notifications when I am live. And I'm going to head over to my studio now so we can answer some questions. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them so I can answer them. And I want to thank you guys so much for attending today. And I'm going to put some music on and go to my studio now. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to do another fabulous live training.